So hi, Women Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Hunter from Chase Petra.
There's some questions to say about the upcoming album, Lullabies for Dogs. Congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to the announcement so far?
Really good. I'm really proud of the, community of people that we have grown over time. And I think that the response has been, it really just feels like a lot of friends kind of congratulating us on making a cool piece of art. So it's been awesome.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The album fucking rocks. I've been
It is.
patiently waiting for a
Thank you.
record, and I'm so glad it's here.
Damn right.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Absolutely, yeah. So Lullabies for Dogs, the reason I chose the word lullabies is because there happened to be a couple of songs in like 3/4. Like I was just writing in this kind of, well, the songs aren't sleepy themselves, the kind of feel
Mhm.
maybe was more lullaby-ish.
Yeah.
And then the for dogs bit is kind of, in one of the songs I say, I take myself on little walks around the block because I am my own dog. And it's about this idea of like, being kind of animal and I don't know how to like not highbrow. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we are fighting in the dirt to get by every day, and this is just what we are, and I'm kind of proud of it. I like being a dog. I have no problem with that,
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
if you will. And the dog on the cover is actually my dad's pit bull, who is just one of my favorite dogs in the whole world, and I've been wanting to use that picture for years. So that's kind of the relevance of all of that.
Gotcha.
Wonderful.
Hell
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for the album?
Yeah, so a lot of the songs typically start with me having a very big feeling,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As one does.
and as one does,
Yeah.
and it's songwriting to me begins as a lonelier process,
Hmm.
where I need time to really sit and think through what I want to say and what kind of feel and sounds I'd want to use. And then once the initial like emotional impact of the song is clear and done to me, then I will bring that song to my friends, my good friends Brooke and Evan.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when the songs become Chase Petra. Like
Yeah.
before they hit the studio, they're just songs that I have written.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we start working together, they take on, I mean, I alone could never do what Chase Petra does. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
And so the structures and the routes they take, like the song I Want You to Want to, it was really led by Brooke. We struggled with that song for months.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because I had written it and didn't know where to go with it. And then, Brooke had this vision, said, double the time, here's the bass line, let's go. And so once it gets into the studio, they become entirely different songs than they started out as, but it's the metamorphosis that I think is metamorphosis,
Metamorphosis, I think.
Yeah.
metamorphosis,
Evolution.
Yeah.
words. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Big words. Yeah.
Big words. But yeah, it's that change that I think defines Chase Petra's sound.
Yeah, so
Sure.
they go from Hunter songs to Chase Petra songs because everybody else gets involved.
Right.
I'm curious, like the timeline of when you started working on the record and when you guys had the masters in hand. Rough dates.
Right. Well, we have a history of recording records over outlandishly long amounts of time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the first album probably took us 2 years. This last one probably took us a year.
Okay.
Because we're people with jobs,
Exactly.
Yeah.
We get into the studio when we can. We don't have money.
The Rock ain't paying the bills yet.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
The rock and roll music is not quite paying the bills.
No.
I got an office job that I start next week. Like, let's not go into it.
Yeah.
But this album probably took, we decided to officially like we're sitting down and recording and getting started with the producer January of last year,
Okay.
January 2024, I think. I really hope it wasn't 2023 because that would be embarrassing. But it could be.
Maybe.
But honestly, yeah, it was a really long process. And some of the songs, one of the songs is from 2018.
Damn.
Like
Whoa.
so we'll take, we'll pull songs that were scrapped from years ago, songs of mine that I scrapped by myself from years ago. So really, when did the album start? I don't know. The day we picked up our instruments.
The day I was
Yeah.
conceived.
Yeah, exactly. But no, the recording process itself probably took like a year and a half.
Gotcha.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm also curious on kind of like the timeline of how long it takes for you to kind of get the big emotion out and onto paper. Is it typically like a day or two, weeks, months? What does that look like?
Right. That's a good question. I think the songs that are like the biggest emotions, if you
Mhm.
will, the saddest sads and the angriest angers and all that,
Of course.
it takes a day. Like, because that just pops out. Like it kind of is all encompassing and takes over and you have to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
Songs that I set out to write with a bit more intention, like I'm not necessarily being possessed to do something, but I'm like, I would like to write a song about this. Those can take a week,
Okay.
lyrically speaking, to make sure that I'm saying what I want to say the way that I want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whereas the more emotionally inspired songs are bit more driven.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
And then
Yeah.
when kind of delivering what you've written to the rest of the band, is it kind of strictly lyrics or do you work on instrumental at all while you're kind of in your own world? Does it depend on the song?
Yeah, so I always bring it like when I come to the band with a song, typically it's like I can play on guitar and sing through a whole song,
Yeah.
and sometimes we switch around verses and choruses and move stuff. Um, but I do like to uh, kind of get a blurry picture at least before I bring it to the group.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a bad habit of I sometimes I'll just not write a bridge. Like I'll write my verses and my choruses. I'm like, it's close enough. And I'll show up and I'm like, we've gotten to the recording process where I'm in the booth about to
Oh
do
no.
vocals. I'm like, I never wrote a bridge.
You're like, gotta figure
Guys,
something
bad
out.
news.
Guys, actually, we, but then again, sometimes not writing a part, opens that part up to becoming something different, or like Evan will take the reins or Brooke. And so that also kind of makes those moments special.
Mhm.
But then other times it's just a carelessly written bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's life.
Yeah.
All right. And what song off the album took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
I Want You to Want To, or it's abbreviated, it's IWYWT.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That one took the longest to write
Okay.
because honestly, I couldn't tell you why. Some songs just don't want to be written,
True.
Like we tried different choruses, different bridges, different song structures, different feels. Like the way that the song ended up is, I mean, you probably wouldn't even know that they were the same song
Mhm.
other than it like having the same words.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I do love that song. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I think everybody's really happy with the way that one came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a testament to if it's not coming, maybe just give it a second and keep trying.
Yeah, let it breathe.
But my favorite song, sonically, I do love Centrifugal Force. I love that song. I think it is one of my favorite to listen to. That's tough. I'm gonna go with Centrifugal Force, but every single song comes to mind, frankly. Like,
All right.
we, ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
At least you gave us something, not just I can't pick one. Next question.
I can't. It's a lie, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
At least you're honest. So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener of the opener, close be a closer? Did you shuffle around and see what fits? What was that process like?
That process, actually, the three of us sat in the studio for probably a whole day, like several hours debating.
Mhm.
Like, we didn't necessarily write anything to be this or that, but once it was time to sit down and put the pieces together, I mean, there was negotiating. It was like, well, okay, well, if you really feel like that should go there, then this has to go here.
Yeah. Give and take.
And and it did. I think all of us got what we wanted, and I think the theme of the flow of the album is never let them know your next move.
Pretty much.
For sure. Yeah. Yes.
Like that's what we were going for, and I think that's what we ended up with.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating this record?
As I said, it took a long time to put it together. So I think, I mean, well, it's like what was your headspace for 2024? Like, oh, so many.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot going on.
So a lot of, there throughout the process of making this album, I basically, me and my bandmates have just lived a lot of life. Evan graduated, he got his master's degree. I moved, huge. I fell in love.
Oh my God. Busy.
Damn.
busy. All of us have just been being adults and doing big things and dealing with money issues and work and political, I don't have a word for it, like
mind fuck.
Yes, political mind fuck.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And I think those things really reflect in the album, because that's what this is. It's just a reflection of our lives and adulthood and the world we live in. And so it's been a lot of different mindsets, but overall it feels like for all three of us it's a mindset of, generally speaking, perseverance, of like, you always keep going one step forward, just do it like one day at a time. And that's how the album was made. So
absolutely.
Gotcha.
Damn right. One day at a time.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should I do in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is the workout album, party album? What do you personally recommend?
Whoa. Is it legal to say do mushrooms? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, what kind of mushrooms? Shiitake?
Right, shiitake. Shiitake. Dude, what did you think I meant? What?
Come on. Get your mind out of the gutter.
No, I think this album, with friends, you said with friends in the car, that is, and I feel like I'm just taking that from you, but that feels correct. It's not necessarily a party album. The vibes are maybe too up and down for a workout moment or a party moment, but it's you want to ride the wave with your friends.
Yeah.
Lay on the floor with some good speakers. Get in the car, turn it all the way up. Maybe don't drive.
Maybe just sit there.
Yeah, no, it's a good, like, roll the windows down, do the speed limit, because like mushrooms are fine, but we don't condone speeding in here.
No.
And just vibe out with your friends, listen to the record, doing the speed limit. Maybe on mushrooms, that's fine. I don't.
No. We don't do that either.
Oh, are we talking about driving now? No.
Yeah, no.
No, we don't do that.
Like, okay, we're mixing a little too many things.
Right. If you're gonna eat shiitake mushrooms, you do that in the privacy of your own home.
Exactly, in the comfort, somewhere you're safe and secure. Exactly.
Somewhere you're safe and secure, maybe with one person that isn't gonna eat the stuff.
Exactly.
That's
but
awesome.
I would love for people. And my favorite dream is like, you know how in English class you're discussing literature.
Mm-hmm. Books.
I would books. I would love for people to to listen with their friends and to be able to have conversations. And that feels a little like egotistical of me because I'm like, listen to my words and have a discussion about them. But also I'm like, how fucking cool would that be though? And that's to me, that's how you enjoy art. Like
Yeah.
really, truly, like you talk about it with your friends. And I think that's what it's meant for.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you're creating art, and it's not egotistical or pretentious to be like, I want you to be able to discuss my art because obviously it means something to you, and it's going to mean something to the people that listen to it. Maybe not the same thing, but you want you want it to open up a discussion, which is the point of music and art in general.
100%, absolutely.
Hell yeah!
All right, well said. And this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
You said this one should be quick?
Quick, off the dome.
Fuck! Real.
Yeah?
Mercurial? You guys know?
I mean, definition?
Mercurial is like a sort of unpredictable, up and down.
Ooh, mercurial.
Weird, yeah.
Noted. Okay, yeah, right? No, I'll take that. I like that. Okay.
I like that word too. It's a good one. And raw.
Hell yeah.
I feel like that's a word a lot of musicians use. They're like, this one's deeper than ever. Shut up. But also.
Can it. But also, you have a
can it, but true.
Yeah.
Like, she's not deeper than ever, but it is, pretty straight up. So,
exactly. Raw.
All right.
Raw. Next question.
All right, let's go. I wasn't talking about the steak.
Literally saw one of those videos right before we hopped in here.
What are you watching, Thirst Traps right before the podcast?
Nah, man. Someone at Chili's.
Hell no, man. Someone at Chili's.
Yeah.
Man. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
Melancholy. It's a sweet sadness.
Yeah.
Let's not lie to ourselves about how positive and bright and shiny the world is, but like, it's all right. We're not despondent yet.
Yeah. Damn right. Solid. All right.
Hell yeah.
Are you able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments during the creation of the album, positive or negative?
So, in the neighborhood that we were recording in, there are many signs out in the front yards of the local people that say, "Stop air traffic in Long Beach now." And I was always like, wow, okay, weird vibe, but sure.
Yeah.
I'm talking a plane every 60 seconds.
Jesus.
Damn.
I was recording vocals, and it wasn't just get a good take. It was get a good take in between the plane. Like, you have this long, go now, like,
go.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That shit, get air traffic out of Long Beach now. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Stop it now.
I understand the signs. I vibe with it.
Yes. And one more thing just about Long Beach air traffic control, I have to say. The flights that are coming in and out of the Long Beach airport, fine. But all you motherfuckers that are learning how to fly, circling that goddamn neighborhood, could you please scoot over?
Do it in another neighborhood.
Do that shit elsewhere.
I get that you have to learn how to fly somewhere, but give me a fucking break, please.
Please. Yeah. What the fuck is their problem? My
what
God.
What is their problem?
Wow.
Anyways, don't they know that they made it difficult for me to sing my songs?
Didn't they know Chase Petra was in the fucking studio? Why didn't they close down the airwaves over Long Beach?
They should have fucking known, man.
They should have known.
God damn.
Anyways,
disgusting.
Management dropped the ball on that one.
Okay, so that was annoying, and let me think of a good thing My favorite moments recording with the band are when it's all three of us.
Uh-huh.
So again, we have jobs, so sometimes it'll be two or one or whatever, and that's fun, but not as fun as when there's three, because when there's three, one person has to be serious and two people get to be a problem.
Hell yeah. Hmm.
So when me and Brooke were doing backing vocals like together and Evan was engineering, that was one of my favorite because we're just not doing a good job, but having so much fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it was Evan's problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, come on. It's two against
Come
one.
on.
It's two
Two against one.
Mm-hmm.
Put 'em up.
Exactly. Come on, go on.
That's
So
great.
that's probably, yeah, those were the extra fun bits. Oh, and we did have a horn section come in for one song and a string section come in for another. And I watched both of the sessions because I do not have the skill set to be a part of that. But watching it, oh, it's just amazing. It's so cool to
Yeah.
watch people who are so good at what they do just do it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So,
Damn right.
yeah,
I
that
love
was
that
great.
shit.
Hell yeah. Love
Yeah.
it. So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Oh, okay. Right. So, you know those little electrolyte packets that are full of sugar?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Hell yeah, you do. Get a huge one of those. God, they gotta be terrible for the environment, but one of those plastic cups.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fill it with crunchy ice,
Mhm.
water.
Mhm.
Don't gotta pay for that.
Fuck no.
Electrolytes. It's like a dessert, but also technically it's good for you.
Mhm.
So that's my drink.
Okay.
Good pick.
Gonna need a coffee as well.
Mhm.
2 drinks at all times. And cup of noodles is a classic
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
for when you're like actually hungry. Or if we're snacking, it's got to be Chex Mix. Or my other combo is going to be a Coke and a bag of pretzels. I like to eat the pretzel and
Ooh.
put the Coke and mix them together. And it's a little gross, but I
No,
like it.
I've done the exact same thing. I'm with you on that.
Right?
No,
It's a
it
party
fucks.
in your mouth.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's a party in your mouth.
Party in your mouth. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So that's going to be me.
All right.
Good pick. And on
Yeah,
the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
The first thing that came to my mind was like, well, we're all white people, so it's not going to be seasoned. Terrible.
Bland as hell.
That's horrific. Okay, sorry. If we were a dish, I'm gonna say, honestly, I'm gonna go with the beverage on this. I'm gonna go
Ooh,
with the
Bev.
cup of tea.
Hmm.
Yeah, we are all tea people. I don't know how you make that a meal, but I'm gonna say like Earl Grey,
Mhm.
lavender Earl Grey with like the perfect level of sweetness because I like things too sweet and Brooke likes things too bitter, and so it's gonna be right down the middle.
Mhm. I
Perfect.
love it. I think you're the first person to say a bev and not like an actual like meal.
It just feels right,
Mhm.
you know.
You
We're
also
we're
don't
not,
you don't have to season it either.
and you don't have to season it, and see,
Pre-seasoned. Yeah.
everything works out.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful.
And for the last couple questions, going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Yeah, I had a phase where I was looking at, you seen the list of death row meals?
Oh, I've watched the videos, man.
Oh God, it's so interesting, but also fuck the death penalty real quick.
Mhm.
But say I was on death row, I would need, oh, it's got to be crispy tuna,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like crispy, it's gonna be a lot of sushi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a rainbow roll, crispy tuna. Oh, I would need a key lime pie from the Pie Bar in
Ooh.
Long Beach. Quick plug. Best pie I've ever had. Root beer. And if I was going, I don't know, give me a shot of absinthe. I'm out. Like,
That's it.
fuck
Yeah.
this. Yeah, if I'm
Yeah.
going, I'm going a little buzzed. So
Hell yeah.
Hell,
that's
sure.
a fucked up meal, but that's it.
Yeah. No, I fuck with it. That's great. Great. And if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Favorite franchise of all time, Twilight. Would not want to live there
Oh,
because I
okay.
probably wouldn't. know that they were vampires, so it would just feel like the real world.
Yeah. Unless you were a vampire.
Unless I was a vampire,
Mhm.
still, I feel like there's more interesting places to go. Harry Potter, I don't want to be that person. No. So, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, have you guys ever read A Court of Thorn and Roses?
Not.
Oh God. It's one of those book talk moments, but it's a very good, it's in my opinion, a good series. I love
Mhm.
it. And so I'd probably live in Prithian, which is the little fairy world
Hmm.
where things are scary and everyone's sexy.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Woohoo.
yeah, I'm in.
Perfect. Um, and I've known I've asked the last question. Every single person who's spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Oh, it's red.
Never would have
Ooh,
guessed.
solid.
All right, first of all, rude. What's your
Yeah.
favorite color?
So I would
Serious.
say black, but Glory's like, that's not a shade, so it's purple.
It's not a color, it's a shade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Mhm.
purple's a good choice, but there are purple people. Watch out for the purple people.
Purple people. Purple, like
Purple
purple
people,
dye?
no, people that love purple and then literally everything has to be purple.
I've seen a purple person. Yeah. It's a
Purple.
little scary. It's only like purple too. You don't see like green
Right.
person, you know?
Not frequently. And purple's a vibe. They don't have to be, but like I'm just, be
It's just
wary.
keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite color is yellow. Like fucking bright ass, obnoxious ass yellow. I love
Yes.
it. Hmm.
That is yellow's an underrated color, definitely.
Honestly. Yeah, I
Like,
rarely hear it. It makes me very sad. It deserves its flowers.
I agree. It's
Hmm.
sunflowers, you could say.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Ba-dum-ts.
Hmm.
Nice. Hell yeah. So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Well, we have a tour coming up. It's called the Lullabies for Dogs tour, believe it or not. And we're going out from like March 28th to April 26th. We're touring the US. Check out the dates. The date in Arizona is my birthday, so everybody in Arizona has to show up. Um, and that's that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Snell. It's been Hunter from Chase Petra, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.